never change, even if they start to hate on my name. Stay true to yourself and never ride another wave. They say that I ain't been acting the same. I wasn't happy, won't go back again. Moving and shaking till they know the name. Can't handle the boy because they sound the same, yeah. I came to save you from all of the fakers. Wanna know about me, then call all of my haters. They'll tell you that the boy ain't really worth it. In the stew every week with the same purpose. The boy been hot, little lit furnace. I feel like I deserve this. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy.
Believe that can fly, that's Kelly. Grew up on West, ain't nothing you can tell me. Knew they would ride with me once they knew my M.O. Better hold on, whoa Nelly. I must say what I need to say, Mayor. Watch how I built it out, I'm the conveyor. At these shows and I rap and I know they gon' clap. Yeah, they put their hands together, no prayer. I ain't worried about you, I'm just worried about me. What I know is what I'll be. And y'all was heartless, got you out of my system to make good music. No ID. You will never bring me down, never break my stride. I'ma make it out by rapping how I feel inside, yeah.
We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. You know I always stand tall. They gon' wanna see me fall. Sounding crazy, we will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy.
That I get, I feel like it's not even in sight. Shows around the nation, but it started with the missed flight. Wonder if these sounds are saying I'm not made for this life. Everyone been putting on this image like they blessed now, but really they've been thinking that they'll lose it all and wake up feeling stressed out. Now everybody's spending weekends getting drunk at clubs. I'm busy working while they finding temporary love. I made the sacrifices praying that it's worth it, but I know it's gonna work and I'ma get what I deserve until I'm gone.
People gonna keep on talking about me, but they don't understand the work that I do when they're not around me. They don't understand the life I chose, the nights alone, the highs and lows. They keep on talking about me, but they don't understand.
I'm doing everything I wanted when I started off, and now I realize that this ain't what I thought it was. And everything is amazing until you got it, like that girl you really wanted, but then you wanna just cut her off. I got a problem with finally being satisfied. Everything I got, I just wanna see it be multiplied. But every day I think about the shit I take for granted. Too many people want my spot, they tryna make me panic. Nobody nobody coming close to where I really wanna be. I'm busy working day and night, I'll never stop like Gary V. I'm coming for that MVP, aiming for that Hall of Fame. I don't mind if you don't like me, everyone gon' know my name.
Never change, even if they start to hate on my name. Stay true to yourself and never ride another wave. They say that I ain't been acting the same. I wasn't happy, won't go back again. Moving the shake until
what's going on, MBL Network? We are live right here, youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. But you already know that because you're already here, right? Episode number 1, Cincinnati Bengals, building the franchise. This is going to be a good one. Let me know how it looks and sounds right now. We got some great stuff ahead for you. New overlay done by Jamie. I understand he spelled defense wrong at the bottom. For those who catch it, might have took you to the second quarter, but it's there. We got a lot to go over right now. Let me go ahead and get into it. It's one of those things that we got off to a rough start when I was trying to put the show together that I feel like I forgot something the whole time now because my mind was on something else. Appreciate everybody stopping by. 25 viewers right now watching. We got a lot of things to look at. Let's get into Bombers predictions real quick before we get into the actual show. I got them going 11-5. Rookie quarterback Luke Poe is going to be named the starter for the Cincinnati Bengals. He was a second-round draft pick in the MBL Season 36 rookie draft. Heading into week 4 of the preseason, we are very confident in the team's ability to perform well throughout the regular season. As this stands right now, I think this is the best team to start a season we've had this entire cycle. And let's take a look at their cycle. Season 33, they were 9-6-1. That's the Cincinnati Bengals. Season 34, they were 11-5. Both playoff teams last year. Season 35, and yes, Marvin Lewis still has a job. They were 5-11 last year, and they're still rolling with Marvin. But we're going to get right down into the game right now. We're just going to transition right into that. And let's get down to the field and see what these Cincinnati Bengals got. This should be 720p, 60 frames per second. Should be a little bit of a crispier look as we transition to the game. And he doesn't have any sound on right now. So hold on real quick. I'm going to give him a call and tell him to turn his sound on because he doesn't have any sound with the thing. Shout out to Eric G.
I'm busy working while they finding temporary love. I made the sacrifices praying that it's worth it, but I know it's gonna work and I'ma get what I deserve until I'm gone.
People gonna keep on talking about me, but they don't understand the work that I do when they're not around me. They don't understand the life I chose, the nights alone, the highs and lows.
All right, we are back right now. As you see, there's a little bit of sound in the background. I think his recorder has the sound down. You know, he probably played with the sound at some point. We're going to take a look at the defense here for the Cincinnati Bengals coming up in just a second. They're taking on the Minnesota Vikings here, dropping back, looking and cooking. Oh, Tauch is taking off with a quarterback, and he's going to take a hit. Number 4, that's not Brett Favre. That's former Detroit Lion Case Keenum under center for them, and it's going to be punt unit time here for the Minnesota Vikings. While that happens, let's take a look at the offense then, since now we're on the offensive side of the ball. Offensive starting lineup, we're going to have Luke Pohl, the second-round draft pick in the MBL Season 36 rookie draft. We also have halfback Alex Collins, former Seattle Seahawks, wide receiver John Ross, and A.J. Green. A.J. Green has dropped down to an 86 overall. He's definitely taken a hit. Trey McBride, C.J. Uzomah, right tackle Billy Price. That's their captain on the offensive line. And then they're going to have Leary, Pouncey, Muhort, and Daniels. This is a much improved offensive line than what we saw last season for the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's see what they can do. Season 36 in the MBL will be kicking off. Let me know how it looks and sounds right now. Should be a little crispier. As I said, this is a 60 frame per second broadcast going on right now. Cincinnati Bengals under center. We're going to get to see him for one quarter. It's going to be Luke Pohl, number 5. TJ Yeldon in the backfield. So not even updated halfback. So Eric G failed to give us the correct starter at halfback, and it looks like TJ Yeldon's out there. But maybe this is just a passing down. Looking to the right side, he's going to run out of bounds because that's what it does on that play. John Ross up the middle, picks up a little bit. Here we go, 2nd and 1 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Staying in the same set. It looks like a quick no-huddle. Trey McBride moving from left to right. Probably going to be a handoff here to TJ Yeldon to the right side. Luke Pohl, what do you guys think? Players to watch. As you see on the left side, there's my season goals for this team as Yeldon picks up the first down. I got them. They got to win 10 games. Last year they won 5. They went 5-11. The year before that, season 34, they went 11-5. They made the playoffs, bounced in the first round, the wild card. Season 33, they were 9-6-1. So that's going backwards 3 seasons. We're in our 4th season in the cycle. They got to win over 10 games. They got to make the playoffs. I think they can do it. Here's our look at the building the franchise so far, our history. We did the Cowboys season 33. They went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Browns. Colts lost in the AFC Championship the following year to the Cleveland Browns. God, the Cleveland Browns have been a thorn in our side for building the franchise. And then the Washington Redskins last year, who had 2 under 500 seasons, finished last season 9-7, so we put that as a dub. But I expect a little bit more from these Cincinnati Bengals. Where do you guys have them going? What's your predictions? How much are they gonna? How many games are they gonna win this season? Eddie Mars in the chat saying, I don't know if the Bengals can. Offense still on the field right here, 2nd and 5. Luke Pohl looking, cooking, got all kinds of time, takes the shot underneath. I need to see a top 15 run offense this season. They have to have some type of running attack. I mean, a lot of what the Cincinnati Bengals usually are, they don't have Joe Mixon anymore. They lost him in free agency. They just couldn't sign him. They don't have any money. They're losing so many players. Andy Dalton. You're seeing their defensive line take a hit. Their defense taking a hit. We're going to look at their defense a little bit later, excuse me. Let's take a look at some top players for the Cincinnati Bengals. Project Fat put this together for us. We're going to look at A.J. Green. He's an 86 overall right now. He's still a superstar wide receiver for this team. Out of the University of Auburn. That's number 58. And then you got John Ross, the boss, number 15 for the Cincinnati Bengals. And these are going to be really, really big players. Oh, nowhere to go right there as the pressure just came collapsing. That's what you're going to notice from a rookie quarterback. Everybody's sitting in this little box right here. They're all coming at your quarterback, and he's got to recognize that. He has to max protect, or he has to change and audible some routes. This is the opportunity to get points on the board right now. Kick is up. Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, does it got enough leg? It does. That's going to be 3 points on the board. All right, so our Cincinnati Bengals are going to go up early here. This is preseason week 4 action. MBL season 36 actually kicks off in about, I'm checking my virtual watch here, in about an hour and 3 minutes. You guys excited about that? T-Jax Killam from the Grid also was part of our 5-year anniversary, which was yesterday, January 5th. He was part of that video that came out. Appreciate you submitting a video, man. Rico in the chat saying nice graphics. Appreciate you stopping by, Agent Rico. Everybody who ordered MBL gear and merchandise should be getting it sometime this week, upcoming next week. You should be getting some. If you don't get nothing by next Friday, please feel free to shoot me a DM and let me know. If you ordered in December. Single back formation. Play action. Case Keenum looking. Middle of the field. Finds his man. Has a man. Picks up a first down. Case Keenum 2 for 2, 22 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the defensive side of the ball for our Cincinnati Bengals. MBL Season 36 starting lineup. We got 3 captains. Geno Atkins, cornerback William Jackson, and free safety Jesse Bates. They're going to be surrounded by 2 DNs, Willis and Lawson. The other D tackle, Julian Sensabaugh. Outside linebacker, Malik Jefferson, Demario Davis, and middle linebacker, Donald Payne. Don't forget cornerback Lindsey Garner and strong safety A.J. Robinson. That's our starting defense for the Cincinnati Bengals, as Case Keenum just kind of airmails one there to Stephon Diggs. Expect the starters to play about 1 quarter this game. So we're not going to get to see much of Luke Poe. Here's what we're thinking. Season goals, win 10 games. Last year they were 5-11. These Cincinnati Bengals, when we were covering the Washington Redskins, they went 5-11. I said, this is a good opportunity. Look at everybody in the box here. Look at everybody in the box. This signifies, hey, I'm trying to stop the run here. And what do the Minnesota Vikings do? They run right into everything. Look at this. Everybody's in the box right here. This is an opportunity where Case Keenum should go, okay, play action. Let's get Diggs down the field on the sideline. No, instead, he runs right into all that mess. I don't understand that. If you want to join the NBL, go to 365.mattbomberleague.com. The 365 is because we go August to August. Bad throw there by Case Keenum. Continuing to do it. Former Detroit Lion. Lost his spot in the playoffs due to injury. Phillip Rivers comes in. He's the hero. Case Keenum's the 0. They released Case Keenum in the offseason. What's going on, Serp, in the chat right now? Nice defense, says Price. Let me know how the mic sounds and looks, guys. Say mic. Good, sounds good, looks good. Let me know in the chat. 38 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm still getting used to it, as Jackie Rose is now online. Shout out to Jackie Rose. I'm still getting used to this up here, guys. Cincinnati Bengals. I'm used to saying Redskins. Where's Nemo's bars? I'm not missing it just yet, but I might be towards the end of the show. And at the end of the show, we're also going to get a live caller in here. Going to talk a little bit. Cincinnati Bengals from the owner. Drag underneath, finding his man, John, the boss, Ross. Got to keep him healthy this year. This is a big-time player if he can get going. You got to find him underneath. You got to get him over the top. But I think underneath is the most important. You got to work him underneath to kind of get the defense to come down, maybe hard flat you, and then you get some kind of crossing route over the top with John Ross. He's still 97 speed, 96 excel, 26 years old. His stats so far this season, last season, excuse me, was 56 catches, 871. He was battling injury. He's only been healthy for 1 season, and that was MBL Season 33 when they went 9-6-1. He had 74 catches, 1,498 yards. Ross is a big part of this offense. Rookie quarterback watch, Luke Poe. Pitch to the outside. There's Alex Collins. He's supposed to be the starter, spinning and not winning. 2 rushes, 4 yards. We're going to take a look at the draft recap after this third down. Big-time third down. I was going to say, watch this deep comeback over there. A lot of people like to hit these deep comebacks on 3rd and short. He does have it over there on the left side, one-on-one coverage. Let's see what happens. Play action, rolling. The deep comeback would be there, but no time. Throws it over the middle. Uzma holds on to it. And with that, we're now going to look at the draft recap for the Cincinnati Bengals. First round, they drafted offensive lineman Anthony Daniels. We talked about him in our starting offensive lineup graphic. He's going to be the starting, I think he's a right guard for the Cincinnati Bengals. Might be a right tackle. Quarterback Luke Poe. Left tackle Josh Ogle. Right tackle Devin Adams, and halfback Griffin Glenn, who I believe was moved to practice squad. So 77-76 in the first 2 rounds. Not a bad draft. Pretty good draft, especially for a team in desperate need of an offensive line. We'll take a look at the lineup in just a second. Actually, let's transition to it real quick. I want to see what Daniels is as a starter. Daniels is a starting left tackle there for the Cincinnati Bengals. 38 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise, Cincinnati Bengals. Episode 1. This is the debut episode, not for the show, but for this team. So the little play-action boot flow picks up the first down against the cover 1 robber. He kind of has to squeeze it in there. I like what I'm seeing early from Luke Poe, but he's out. Kyle Lalletta's in. They traded a 2nd-round pick for him in MBL Season 34. They brought him over from New York. It just doesn't seem like it's worked out. They've had a lot of, circling the wagons at quarterback, definitely, for the Cincinnati Bengals. Dropping back, left side. Oh, just a bad throw by Lalletta, and that's the problem you have. I think you have a dig on the left side. You do. So you got a little flood concept on this. In this side, you got 3 routes. Defense is being held. They're in a match. You get a dig over here across the field. Lalletta kind of rolls out to the left side against against the grain and tries to throw it across his body to this side of the field, to the middle of the field, excuse me, and just pretty much throws a dirt ball. So the defense gets kind of held on the right side with that flood concept. You got the low, intermediate, and the go route. A dig coming underneath that, and he just can't set his feet and make the throw, and that just seems to be a common theme with Kyle Laletta. Man in motion is strong. Laletta, clean pockets, got all kinds of time. Clean pocket. Well, it was clean. Now it's not. Now you lost the ball, and those turnovers is what have killed the Cincinnati Bengals. Since we're now on defense, I guess it's time to go back to the defensive side of the ball. Geno Atkins is the captain. William Jackson and Jesse Bates. A guy that I think we need to look out for is probably going to be outside linebacker Demario Davis. How much does he have left in the tank? And can he kind of lead this defense and make some big plays at the outside linebacker position? Play action. FK quick. Got time. Left side. 85. Farmer's trying to chase him down. Tout hurdling for no reason. RG3, 1 for 1, 25 yards. So you put your backup in like RG3. You want to get him comfortable. What's the first play you run? Play action, FK quick. We're going to take a look at the schedule of the Cincinnati Bengals. A lot of guys out there saying he won't win 10 games. I'm going to tell you why I chose them to be 11-5. I absolutely love this team's schedule. We'll go back to Bombers prediction and all that stuff here as the game progresses. Inside the red zone for the defense for the first time. Can they come away with a stop here? Looking over the middle, batted down by number 57. We got a flag on the play, probably going to be holding. No, it's against the defense. DJ Hayden, cornerback they just picked up in free agency with the penalty. Brad in the chat saying Jordan Willis and Carl Lawson are so underrated. Well, let's take a look at them. There's Jordan Willis right there. Defensive end here for the Cincinnati Bengals. See if he can make a play. They try to hand it off to the left side of Corey Clement. He picks up 1 yard, 2nd and 9 after the first down penalty against DJ Hayden. We took a look at the draft recap. We took a look at Bombers prediction. We'll just chunk Bombers prediction on the screen one more time. I got him going 11-5. I'm going to tell you guys why. Turnover battle is a big deal as we got that over here on this right side. You see turnover battle on game day. That just seems to be what they struggle doing, just holding on to the ball. They already have a turnover already, a fumble early in this game. Kyle Laletta, a clean pocket. RG3 is just going to have to throw this away. No, instead he finds his halfback, Corey Clement, but he doesn't hold on to the ball. RG3 just finds himself just kind of out the pocket, buying time. And at this point, you think the quarterback's going to throw it away, but instead he had the halfback leak. He turned up field, kind of found his way right here. Just a great job continuing to move. The halfback finds a little soft spot, but he can't hold on to the ball. 36 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise. Cincinnati Bengals. If you want to join the MBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Empty backfield, dropping back. RG3 just kind of gets outside. Right there, you got outside pressure, and Jones is just kind of finds himself into a sack. RG3 gets a little shotgun. Step up. RG3 needs to step up and kind of move to the right of the pocket. Instead, he just drifts right back into this sack. Just not a good job by RG3 recognizing where the pressure is coming from and how to elude the defense. Get a little crafty in the pocket. You're a veteran quarterback in the league right now. You have to understand, I got to step up. I got to move inside that pocket to buy myself more time and allow my receivers to break on those routes. Kick return down to the 20, 25, near 25. It's going to be a 24-yard return there for number 82. Ron Simpson in the chat saying Cowboys fan for life. That was a crazy game, man. When he missed that field goal, I thought it hit off the this obviously isn't the Cowboys game. What just happened with the Bears and the Eagles, I thought it hit off the side, the left post, and then I thought it hit the crossbar and bounced in. Because for some reason, just the angle of the camera, I don't know, it looked like it kind of floated back in, and then it just came out, kind of like a Madden animation. And once again, Kyle Laletta puts it on the ground. Number two, fumble on the day for Kyle Laletta. That's 2 turnovers. We talked about that being an issue for the Cincinnati Bengals. And let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule right now. Just a real brief schedule. Let's take a look at the top 5 games. Well, they got a bye week 5. They got Raiders, Chiefs, Titans, Green Bay Packers. That's why I'm saying I think they go 3-1 to start the season, and I think they carry that momentum through. You're saying 1 loss, where's it coming? It's coming to the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think they beat that team. It's a big hit right there. Number 37 coming down, playing the hard flat, coming down off that blue and making a play on that drag. Great job on the defensive side of the ball here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Double A saying a turnover frenzy. Yeah, absolutely. Kyle Lauletta has not paid dividends, and I heard he was on the block earlier in the offseason. I was surprised they didn't move him. They were asking a second back for him, and I don't know if anybody really wants to give a second for him right now. He's sitting at a 78 overall. He's 25 years old. He just hasn't shown enough. To the outside, Corey Clement trying to find his way up the field. Can't do it. This will be a gain of 0 on the little halfback toss crack. Great job. Great angles as Banks Clements, former late round Detroit Lion, draft pick released. And now starting for these Cincinnati Bengals. Or at least he's coming off the bench. He's going to get some spot minutes. 41 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals here on the MBL Network. Appreciate you guys stopping by. We're going to have a new episode every Sunday. So the next episode, it is in the description. It will be January 13th. We'll have some MBL regular season action with our Cincinnati Bengals and catch up on what we missed. Defense almost gets there. That's going to be a walk-in touchdown for the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, it's not looking good for our Bengals, but this is just preseason week 4. That's why our current record still, top left, says 0-0. Not too worried about it. Last season, the Bengals finished 5-11. Season 34, they were 11-5. Season 33, 9-6-1. You're probably wondering, what was the demise of the Bengals? Why are they doing so bad at this point in the year? They've lost so many players. They've aged. It just seems like this Bengals team is having an issue overcoming the veteran depth that they had when this game originally came out. We got a flag on the play, probably a block in the back. It is. Bengals going to start at the 13. 2 possessions and 2 turnovers for Kyle Lauletta, a quarterback they brought over for a second-round pick, and that doesn't help. When you're giving away second-round picks in return for quarterbacks that end up on your bench, that really depletes the youth that you're trying to bring in. Let's take a look at the draft picks that we brought in this season. A little draft recap. 77 overall offensive lineman Anthony Daniels. Second round pick Luke Poe, 76 overall. Those were the 2 big guys they brought in. As Lauletta finds his man on the left side, that's going to be Brown, and he's going to move it for a first down. First complete pass there for Kyle Lauletta. 3:41 left in the second quarter. So you look at that draft and you think to yourself, well, the first 2 rounds, if we can hit on the first 2 rounds every year, we'd have ourselves 6 players. But we've traded away our picks. And then another second-round pick. So they have 1 second-round pick they traded to the New York Giants for Kyle Lauletta. Then they have another second-round pick they wasted on Derek Flynn, a quarterback still on the roster, that isn't going to play. He's now 3rd on the depth chart. Those kind of wasteful picks in the second round really hurt a team, especially an older team like the Cincinnati Bengals, as Dorsey finds his way down to the 34. Rusta Busta wants to see their schedule again, so we'll go ahead and put it on the board. Well, we wanted to look at the first 5 weeks first, and then we'll look at the next 5 weeks and see where we go. I see 2 Browns games there and the Bengals and the Bears. The second 5-game stretch of the season is going to be tough, but I think the rest of the season is going to be nice. I think they start off 3-1, a win against Green Bay, win against Tennessee, a loss against Kansas City, and I think they defeat the Oakland Raiders to start 3-1, and I think that's going to propel this team and make them very dangerous as the season progresses. Man in motion on the right side. Kyle Lauletta dropping back, looking and cooking. Oh, not a clean pocket that time. Left tackle gives it up. Vinny Curry, former Philadelphia Eagle, makes a play on Kyle Lauletta. Look at him just swim, and then just shrug him off on the left side of the screen. Once again, you get pressure coming outside. Lauletta doing what RG3 doesn't do as well. You got to step up in the pocket, even step up and start leaning into here and allow your offensive lineman to have a chance here to kind of shade the defender away from you. He's got a halfback in there blocking now, and he doesn't block much, barely gets rid of it. That's going to be picked off, inbounds, toe tapping. Xavier Rhodes with the interception on Lauletta. Now Lauletta's sitting at 3 turnovers on the game. This is, I mean, it's looking at a point where Lauletta might even be released. It might be time just to stay with Derek Flynn. I don't know if it's worth keeping 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Kyle Lauletta he's going to be a 0 cap penalty. 49 viewers now watching Building the Franchise Cincinnati Bengals. This is preseason week 4. We will be back January 13th. That's going to be next Sunday. It's a weekly show here we have on the MBL Network every Sunday here on youtube.com/Matt and Bomber League. If you want some MBL live content, go to twitch.tv/MBL Network. So Eric G's all confused. Maybe that's the problem with the struggling. He's got so much going on, people inviting him to chats. his headset malfunctioning, and now he's at a position where he gives up another corner route on the right side. Well, that was a crossing route, excuse me, across the field. You got a little play action. You got 85 just drifting across the field wide open. You just got to play better than that. You got the cover one hole. You're taking away the initial middle, so everything's good until this route just kind of passes this side of the field in which he's already beat his man. What's going on, Sports Giant 101? Appreciate you stopping by and checking us out. We're going to have a live call at the end of the game. We're going to talk to the Cincinnati Bengals owner about what happened throughout this game. They find themselves down 10-3. They were up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter in which the starters were in. This is essentially the bench players. This should be a touchdown. Pitch to the outside. No, can't get outside. When you just pinch the line and you put everybody in the box, you see it right here. You just have a feeling maybe this toss, as he flipped it to this side, would have got outside and he could have just kind of cruised into the end zone. It just didn't happen. Before we get to the next play, let's take a look at this defensive front line. Starting, you have Jordan Willis, Carl Lawson. They talked about it earlier in the chat as those being two underrated defensive ends in the MBL. Geno Atkins, Julian Sensabaugh, and a 4-3 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I wonder if they're going to run a little bit more 3-4 this year. They say they're multiple 4-3, so you could see that as well. Clean pocket, RG3 trying to do what he does best. Oh, could have been a face mask there, but it wasn't, as Peters is going to get credited for the sack. 3rd and goal here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Kyle in the chat saying what a turnout we have going. Yeah, absolutely. Great overlay done by Jamie. Appreciate it. You get some action at the bottom there with the Bengals logo. Dangerous throw, bad throw, stupid throw, whatever you want to call it. But maybe even a worse decision as 21, the camera turned, a little curl flats in the end zone. I understand that works versus cover 3, but it's not going to work versus cover 3 inside the 10. I mean, you got the blue right here dropping back. There's nowhere really to drop back, Tout. So this blue is going to play a lot more shallower. Look, I'm starting to draw somebody. I'm starting to draw like that that OVO logo, I think, something like that. I better stop. All right. He's not going to drop back on the right side. He's not going to go back too far. He's going to be playing a little shallower, a lot shallower than normal, and that's what happened right there. Jumped the throw. Just a horrible decision there for RG3. I formation, TJ Yeldon in the backfield, Kyle Laletta under center. Handoff to the left side. Got a little bit of space as he gets down to the 13-yard line. TJ Yeldon, 2 rushes, 12 yards. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting offense. What do you guys think? If there was one trade they could make right now, where do you think they should go? We'll put the offense up after this play, 2nd and 1. Looks like Kyle Laletta was thinking about taking a shot down the field. Brown on a little crosser, but now he's adjusting his play. No, he's back to it. Play action, looking, cooking, clean pocket, looking. X takes the shot over the top. There's a big play. Cincy fans looking for a big play, 45-40. Oh, he's in front, but he toe taps the sideline, kind of slows him down. 26 able to make a play. Let's take a look at this offense. If there was one group position you can kind of get better in, I think if we're looking to where I'm looking at this tight end position. I think you can improve in the tight end position. If you don't believe me, go ahead and look at the Dallas Cowboys. They did it in MBL Season 33 when they traded with the New England Patriots for which tight end? That's the quiz in the chat. Who remembers that trade? Which tight end did they bring in? Little trivia time. Detroit! See who's the first to get it. 1st and 10, 34-yard line here for Kyle Laletta. These are the bench players in. They're trying to earn themselves a spot on our Cincinnati Bengals. Here comes the pressure up the middle, picked up nicely by the halfback. This tight end number 47 gets down to the 19-yard line. Lyric from Christ in the chat saying, why is Kyle in if he's the starter? He's not going to be the starter. The starter's going to be quarterback Luke Poe. We got him on the left side right here. He's the rookie 2nd-round pick. You see him right there. Luke Poe is going to be the starting quarterback here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Double A saying Eric doesn't use his tight end very much. He lost Eifert, and I just feel like that's a place in which the middle of the field could get a little more open. Nice play as he uses his tight end right on cue for me to make my point even better. Laletta does a great job. You know, this is when this is when the Cincinnati Bengals are at their best, is when you're in drop coverage and you only send 3 and one guy's on a spy. Then Laletta can do what he has to do, get out of the pocket, kind of survey what's going on. He's got an out route over here, does a great job. That's just an easy peasy lemon squeezy pass for Kyle Laletta. Wildcat time. TJ Yeldon, power run to the right side, waiting on the blocker, got the blocker, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And just like that, the Cincinnati Bengals are going to tie this game up before half. This is preseason week 4 action here in the MBL. If you're interested in joining the MBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com. And he almost shanked that extra point, so me saying tying it up, maybe I have to say pending the extra point. Ric Flair in the chat saying will tie. Sanford in the chat saying will tie as well. Everybody's saying will tie. Even Price is saying tie, so it must not be that hard. Yeah, will tie. He traded for a second-round pick. Got a great production years out of Will Tye. He was 26 years old. They brought him in season 33. He did phenomenal for the Cowboys, who went to the Super Bowl and ended up losing to the Cleveland Browns in the year that we covered him. If you're interested in going back and watching that series, go check it out. It's under our Building the Franchise playlist there on the MBL Network that you're watching right now here on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Our live content and live games are on twitch.tv/MBL Network. That's where you're going to see our flagship show, MBL Live. A little screen pass to the right side. Okay, screenplay actually worked. Corey Clement gets down to the 25-yard line. 4 for 7. Touchdown and an interception inside the 10 for Robert Griffin III. As he's still trying to make this team with the Minnesota Vikings, I think he's pretty much solidified this backup position. The MBL is advancing to regular season week 1, MBL season 36 tonight in just about 40 minutes at the conclusion of this game, actually. So it might even be earlier than that. Hey, here's a Wildcat back to you. Man in motion, can't get it off, and we're going to go to the half 10-10, all knotted up. The Minnesota Vikings taking on our Cincinnati Bengals. Live here on the MBL Network. King Doob in the chat, what's going on, man? Appreciate you stopping by. So when you think about this Cincinnati Bengals team, you automatically think of A.J. Green and how great he's been for this franchise. You also think about John Ross, but A.J. Green, he's regressed down to an 86 overall, maybe lost a step, isn't the same player he used to be, but still a hell of an athlete and somebody that's going to go out there and give you an advantage offensively along with John Ross. 33 years old for A.J. Green. I'll have his stats on the screen in just a second. We'll check it out. But here we go. Hand off to the left side. TJ Yeldon trying to get outside, spinning, nowhere to go. Here's A.J. Green on the screen right there. 88 speed, 89 excel. Shorts 92, 87 medium, and 93 deep. He's still got an 83 release, which is good. Still has 93 jumping, which is phenomenal. 92 agility, still great. I understand his speed's down to 88. He's an 87 overall. Excuse me, I had him at an 86 overall. He's making $14 million this year. What's he going to give you? This is all powered by DaddyLeagues.com. Also, if you go to our Twitter at Bomber League, for the 48 viewers watching, we're going to be giving away $1,000 in cash potentially this season. All you have to do is guess 10 wins with the spread in 1 week. Go 10 for 10, and you'll be entered in a drawing to win $1,000 cash. And that is not a typo. That is exactly what I'm saying it is, $1,000. Go to our Twitter at Bomber League to get all the information. We have the pinned tweet on there, and that'll be coming week 1. Should be the spread should be up already, I would think, for week 1. I don't know if we're starting week 1 with that new show, but I think it should be up there. I'll have to get with Bananas and find out. King Doob in the chat saying who that girl in Daddy Leagues. What is it? Let me see. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. Oh, yeah, some Ashley Madison. What is that? I don't know. That's funny, though. What is it? Something that sells bras or something? Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? To the left side, 1st and 10 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Who's that girl? Is this preseason? Yes, this is preseason week 4. All the starters are out. Our next episode, we're going to do some regular season action. Is going to be next Sunday, January 13th. We'll have information on at MBL Network and at Bomber League. I see in the chat saying, look at that girl's cleavage. Oh, nice lob over the top. Laletta slightly underthrown. That might be on the defense. Great catch by number 47. It is Deron Harmon with the pass interference. That's declined down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal here for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to go ahead and take a look at their schedule again, probably closer to the end of the game as they're inside the red zone right now. They're inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. Oh, she's selling something, but it ain't pro. TJ Yeldon looking like potentially a rush. Oh, this is a dangerous pass here. Looking over the user, over the middle. Oh, and he has a tight end wide open on a little post route right here back of the end zone. That's an easy peasy pass for Kyle Laletta, but he doesn't get it done. Just doesn't get it done. So we got to wonder who on this Cincinnati Bengals offense still has the JU ice. That's the juice. And it's a 100% John Ross. They lost Joe Mixon, who I was a big fan of. Halfback position, they're going to be starting. It's going to be a plethora of people. TJ Yeldon's going to be there in the passing game. But the running attack's going to be Alex Collins. We talked about him earlier. I'm going to be watching that closely with a fine-tooth comb just to see how it plays out, because maybe trading for a halfback might be the move here for our Cincinnati Bengals. Pistol formation, dropping back, looking left side. A little slant on the left side. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, touchdown. Cincinnati Bengals as Tao goes engage 8 for some weird reason, and we don't know why. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this offense, the schedule upcoming. I'm going to mark every game that I think is going to be an L. All right, we'll start with that. I think they're going to take an L here. And then this is going to be an L. Maybe they get lucky and split. Yeah, that's going to be an L. I think that's an L. But then I see these all as winnable games. I mean, you know, that's why I go 11-5. Is there anything on there that I'm missing? I mean, am I wrong anywhere on this board? I mean, to me, it seems like an 11-5 year. 11-5 year potentially for the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, man, nice blocking up front. There was that wildcat play they were trying to run before the end of the half as Thompson's going to be holding his left shoulder. Could be a shoulder tear here for Thompson, halfback for the Minnesota Vikings. What do you guys think about the prediction? Is this going to be a 11-5 year for the Cincinnati Bengals? That would be a nice bounce back. So far they've gone 9-6-1. Season 33. Season 34, they were 11-5. Season 35, they were 5-11. Nice pass to the left side, little out route, finding number 88. And Robert Griffin III, outside of that one interception inside the 10, he's looked pretty good so far against the Cincinnati Bengals secondary. I understand this is a second, third string playing right now, but man, he stepped up and made some really nice throws today. I would keep an eye on him to see if he ends up getting released from Minnesota, if they keep him with Case Keenum, what goes on in that scenario. As you know, the Minnesota Vikings quarterback carousel continues in MBL Season 36. Darth Ben has him going 6-10, delusional as usual. Raptors saying 8-8. We hope not 8-8. It still would be a winning season. We count that as a win. We have not had a losing season on building the franchise. We did the Cowboys. They went to the Super Bowl. The Colts went to the AFC Championship, and the Washington Redskins finished last season 9-7. But, man, the Redskins were cooking and looking. At one point, I thought they were a wild card team shoo-in, but they just couldn't get it done against the New York Giants. And all the chips kind of fell in place. Cover 0 hero, and they got room 15. That should have been a breakaway touchdown. They sent the heat. Everybody came. All you have is a little post route over here, and it was against soft coverage, not even pressed up. The user tries to time it. He tries to come in with the user sack. He doesn't get there quick enough, and you'd think if he just put a little bit of air under that pass, RG3 could have found himself with another touchdown. Rusta Busta saying 9-7. Stanford saying 9-7. That's going against the defense. He didn't have to hit that guy right there. Farmer with the defensive pass interference. Now he's put his team at the 1-yard line. This should be a walk-in touchdown for the Minnesota Vikings. Maybe 9-7. Rusta, when you say maybe 9-7, do you mean maybe as in probably 8-8? Or do you mean maybe 9-7, maybe 10-6? Which way are you leaning when you say maybe 9-7? Darth Ben saying Lions going 0-16. Well, I start off against the Cowboys. If I lose that game, I'm sure you'll be saying, I told you it's 0-16, right? Isn't that how it usually works out? We're going to have a live call at the end of the game, yes, of the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals. Where should they make a trade? Halfback, tight end? I feel like those are fun trades that we usually get to see. And we always talk about Bomber says, myself, I give the Bomber best GM decision. Play action, looking to the right side, finds his man underneath. So there was a user sitting. There was a man getting guarded here on this corner route. right? And he's getting guarded up to this point. But then there's a crossing route that comes underneath. He throws it about right there. I thought that was going to be an interception, but the defender had his back turned. He was playing the corner route, and underneath it was just an unguarded man as they were mainly playing the run there. 17-7, all knotted up. Maybe this team won't go 11-5. Maybe I'm wrong, because these Vikings aren't going anywhere near 11-5. Rusta Bus in the chat saying leaning 9-7 from 8-8. Okay. Nice kick return there for the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, let's take a look at Bombers' prediction on the board. I got them going 11-5. Rookie quarterback Luke Poe, we have him on the left side as a player to watch in the first quarter. He looked pretty solid. Can the offensive line hold up? They even drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, Anthony Daniels. He's playing right tackle for this team. And it's all about the turnover battle here in Cincinnati. If they can hold on to the ball, it seems like they're just always in a much better situation. It's a little wildcat that TJ Yeldon. Surprised he's still in there, but he's juking his way down to the 48-yard line. Injury timeout. That might be wide receiver Philly Brown on the ground. LeBlanc with 2 tackles on the day for the Minnesota Vikings. Hollywood Sports, what's going on? Appreciate the video. Our 5-year anniversary was last night, or yesterday, as a matter of fact, January 5th, 2019. It all started January 5th, 2014. In a Madden 25 game. I mean, we've came a long way. It's been a crazy thing. We're covering now our 4th team here on Building the Franchise for this Madden cycle. We've actually covered 3 teams prior to this, the Cowboys, Colts, and Redskins. We got the Bengals now. I've already got inquiries about who wants to be the next team for MBL Season 37, but first things first, and this ain't Chris Carter. Kyle Lalletta's going to have to take a sack in the middle of us talking. Kyle Lalletta is just as mobile as he can be at times. He really just solidifies himself, to me, my opinion, as a backup quarterback. Yeah, he didn't get any help with the offensive lineman. He had a lineman here that could have blocked. He kind of walks around him. But you never see Lalletta step up. As mobile as he is, I just never really see it. It doesn't translate to the field. And I saw that in New York with him, and now I'm seeing it in Cincinnati. I'm surprised the Bengals paid a second-round pick for him a couple seasons ago. But now they're kind of stuck with him because nobody wants to pay that second, third-round price tag for a quarterback that just pretty much looks like a backup quarterback talent. Poe going to tank before Week 10 is what Rusta Busta is saying. The stretch in the middle is going to derail the whole season. I don't know, because the stretch early on is looking good. I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at it. We'll pause from the game here in just a second. After this play, we'll go ahead and take a look at the schedule, and I'm going to tell you, if that first part of the season, if that middle part of the season was at the first part of the season, I'd be agreeing with you, Rusta. But I think the first part of the season is a great way for a rookie quarterback, a second-round pick, Luke Poe, to get kind of his feet wet and figure out what's going to happen. There's a nice pass there. They're going to pick up this 3rd and 24. They're going to be awfully close. 38 to the 42. That is a first down, a favorable spot there for the Cincinnati Bengals on the road versus Minnesota preseason Week 4. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at this schedule. Now, this is what I'm looking at. You see it right here. I mean, this is a dub. I would think that's a W, that's a W, that's a W. If they can come away with a dub here and flip this schedule, they'll be 4-0 going into a bye. And then Week 6 versus the Bengals, the Broncos, which I think is a dub as well. They could be 5-0 headed into maybe a 4-game skid right here. This is a tough skid for this team. But then they bounce back with a team that's been notoriously struggling, the Baltimore Ravens. You got the Bills right here, the Steelers under new ownership. The Chargers were 0-16 last year. The Vikings, they're playing them right now, but this is a backups. They're backups in. There is a lot of games here outside of that 4-game stretch where it goes Browns, Bears, Browns, Lions. That this team, I'm telling you, man, I might be wrong with 11-5. If they can flip one of those games, just one of them, I mean, we're talking 12-4, 13-3 potential here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Pricey in the chat saying he's beating you Week 10, Bomber. It could happen, man. I mean, just likely not going to, probably. 0 chance. Pass to the left side underneath finding his man. A little clear out. FLN, excuse me. You got the double move on the left side. Now, that's what you're really looking for. This double move gets him in and takes him up over the top. If the defender kind of bites right here and you get even, you know the saying, if you're even, I'm leaving over the top. They're now at the 31, approaching that infamous red zone. Last season, they were 23rd in the league inside the red zone offensively. With all things considered, being a 5-11 team isn't the worst. But there definitely is room for improvement for the Cincinnati Bengals offense. Up corner route to the right side, finding Hollister. And ever since Double A said, hey, This team is not a very tight end dominant team. I've seen them attack with the tight end quite often. I'm telling you, that's the trade to make. You saw the Cowboys do it for a second-round pick and bring in Will Tye. I want to see my Cincinnati Bengals do the same thing. Here we go. Perine in the backfield, man in motion is TJ Yeldon. Shotgun formation, drop it back, look, time. Goes underneath, dangerous throw. It looked like a hard flat there as they came right down on Perine, who kind of leaked to the flat. It wasn't their 2nd and 10 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, this offensive lineup, we're obviously seeing the backups now, but I like what I'm seeing so far from this offensive line. You got Jack Muir, who is a good, solid offensive lineman. You brought in Marquise Pouncey. You drafted first-round pick left tackle Anthony Daniels. Billy Price is your captain, and Ron Leary is a starting lineman. This is the best lineman group we've seen offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals since the start of this cycle. B's open over the middle. He finds him right in front of him. Benjamin, that's Kelvin Benjamin, down to the 3-yard line, trying to regain some type of career here in the NBL. Double A says, I'm the master of the jinx. You are. It seems like a lot of things you say. Well, are we talking about the fact that you say things and they just come out to be completely untrue? Who else did you jinx? That's not really a jinx. A jinx would be if you say something positive, something negative happens, I would think. It's kind of the opposite with you. Thanks, King Doob. Appreciate you stopping by. TJ Yeldon up the middle. Looks like he's going to be a little short. They're going to have to kick a field goal here. It's going into the 4th quarter. You're allowed to go for this if you want to. Maybe Eric G should be a little aggressive preseason week 4. I mean, you got a lot of fans watching here at the US Bank Stadium. A lot of fans here watching on youtube.com/Madden Bomber League. Guys, if you want to check into our MBL Live flagship show, go to twitch.tv/MBL Network. Our live games are posted on @Bomber League and @MBL Network. We're also giving away potentially a $1,000 cash prize, and anybody can play. All you have to do is pick 10 correct games and reply to the blog on daddyleagues.com/MBL, or you can go to MaddenBomberLeague.com. Darth been in the chat saying Daniels could have been the 5th overall pick if I had kept it. Double A says, anything you can imagine, I'm always wrong. Oh, Double A. All right, here we go. Trips to the left side. RG3 still in the game, 20-17. Bengals up 3. This has been very much a competitive game, front to back. Hand off to the left side. Corey Clement trying to figure it out here. 3 rushes, 7 yards for the Minnesota Vikings. We'll take the recap real quickly. I know those just tuning in. And here we go. Trips to the right side. That's Higbee. Drop it back, look it, cook it. Got time. Outside. Bad job there by RG3. He's trying to get outside. Obviously, there's a contain there. Willis does a great job just kind of containing RG3. He drops back. He's sitting about right here. He tries to get outside, and Willis says, no, I got this all contained over here. RG3 just has to do a better job staying in the pocket, stepping up, recognizing the defense, and making sure his receivers, and here comes the pressure on the edge. He gets rid of it. Dangerous throw, but great catch there by number 88. 8 for 12, buck 70, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception by RG3, even though that one was costly as they had points on the board. But 88 Binford doing a great job of putting his hands in the air but keeping his body low, making the catch and getting down and avoiding the hit. Just a phenomenal job by number 88 as you see him inside slot there on the right side in trips. I'll have him circled right there on the right side. They're moving him to the right side now. Now it's trips right. He's wide right. This is a handoff, little sweep play, halfback base to the right side. Picks up. It's going to be maybe a loss of 1. Nope, it's going to be a no gain, 2nd and 10. Zach Hartley, the #1 overall pick in the NBL Season 36 rookie draft. Starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. The owner of the Chargers says Zach Hartley is going to make the Cincinnati Bengals take an L in Week 12. I don't know. Hey, I like Zach Hartley. I don't know if your team is ready yet. Like I believe these Cincinnati Bengals are, spinning and winning his way down to the 43. 4:22 left in the game, 4:21 left in the game. Clock is ticking. RG3 trying to lead this team back in this preseason Week 4 game here, NBL Season 36. If you want to join the NBL, go to 365.MaddenBomberLeague.com and apply. You'll start up through our development league, The Grid, and work your way up to the NBL. Oh, nice little seam pass on the left side, spinning. Number 88, once again, making another great play. 10 for 14, a $194, 2 touchdowns and a pick for RG3. They got 204 total yards of offense. And Binford, 4th reception, 105 yards. He has looked like a stud for this Minnesota Vikings team. Here we go. Clean pocket. Got time. Over the middle. Finds his man. Does he hold on to it? No, he does not. Cincinnati Bengals. It's all about, when you think of the Bengals, it's about one man. Number 18, A.J. Green. What are we going to see for him? Hopefully 1,000 yards. How phenomenal of a career he's had. A.J. Green has just been a beast offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals. Then on the other side, you got John the Boss Ross. He's been another stud for this team. A couple 1,000-yard reception, 1,000 yards years, 60-plus reception multiple times. You got to get him rocking and rolling. A.J. Green, John Ross, dynamic duo, MBL Season 36. You heard it here first. Here we go. Pistol formation. Trips to the left side. RG3. Dropping back. Looking. Cooking. All kinds of time. Rolling to the right side. Buying time. Nobody's open. Oh, he forces it back in the end zone. Almost picked off as he's trying to find his favorite target of the day. Number 88. Just trying to force it to Binford in the back of the end zone on the cross drags. It just wasn't open. I mean, you had 3 guys coming across the field, all on just crossing concepts, and none of them were open. The defense was just sitting on top of it. I didn't like it. Dropping back. Pressure's coming. Right side. When in doubt. Out route. Touchdown. Minnesota Vikings. And just like that, Sanford, Benford, 88, 85, balling on the Cincinnati Bengals. What's going on in Cincinnati? 42 viewers watching right now. We got 21 minutes until MBL Season 36 kicks off Week 1. We're going to talk to the owner after this game, probably for about 5 minutes. We got 3 minutes left in this game. As Pricey's saying, nice. And here we go. Kyle Laletta trying to lead his team down the field. All wide left. TJ Yeldon in the backfield. And Strong's on motion. Here goes Laletta looking. Got time. A over the middle. Finds his tight end once again. Hollister. I've never seen him target the tight end group as much as I've seen it now. And mainly because AA said he's not very tight end dependent team. Pricey in the chat saying, tout looking good. Hey, man, you better screenshot that one. I haven't heard that one in a long time. Andrew, what's going on in the chat? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How are you? Appreciate you stopping by. Shotgun formation. Play action. Looking. Cooking. Got time. Clean pocket. Clean pocket. Here it comes. Oh, a little lob to the right side. I don't know if he was throwing that away, but Kelvin Benjamin didn't do much. I understand he's on an out route, but he goes on an out route and he dies right here. I mean, you see nothing happening. Why not break up the field? Why not break across the middle? Give your quarterback another option. Instead, Kelvin Benjamin doing what he does in real life, just kind of standing there, not giving the quarterback anything else. After he had time in the pocket, Laletta looking for the C route on the left side, trying to find Strong. It's not there. 14 to 20, 238, a touchdown and an interception. That was actually a seam route. Got a little seam. You're playing against the hard flat. You lead it outside, and you just let it a little too much. No, this is on Xbox One. If you want to join the NBL, go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com. This is the Xbox One League. You work your way up through our Grid Development League, and that's where we select all of our talent from. Oh, dangerous pass over the middle, but it wasn't that dangerous. Little comeback route, or the receiver comes back to the ball, excuse me. So you got to dig on this left side. You got a clear out route here with the streak, the seam, and he looks for Kelvin Benjamin, and Kelvin Benjamin, while the ball's in the air, he comes back to the ball, does a great job shortening that pass for the quarterback, and those kind of things allow the quarterbacks to have trust in wide receivers. When I throw the ball to a wide receiver and he comes back to the ball as strong as Kelvin Benjamin just did, that makes me believe, okay, I can trust this guy throwing it in traffic because he's going to go get the ball. Little pass to the flat to the tight end Hollister once again. And Ogle seems to be hurt on the offensive line. Andrew, if you're on PS4, check out the Dynasty Madden League. If you go to 365.maddenbomberleague.com and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll look at our sponsors page and check out the Dynasty. They are a phenomenal group who does very similar very similar content to the MBL. Seam over the middle once again to Hollister, the tight end, and I tell you what, Double A, you have never looked any more wrong than you do now. Yeah, go scroll all the way down to the sponsors and check out the Dynasty. They do similar content to us, and they are on the PlayStation 4. They also have a development league called the Blueprint as well, and you work your way up through there to get into the Dynasty. They are friends of the network. Absolutely love what they're doing over there. Man in motion is Kelvin Benjamin. Left side, swing pass, finds him. Benjamin can't turn on the speed. You know, at that point, so you got a little orbit bubble screen. You get to this left side, you make the catch. He turns it upfield. I would have liked to see him continue to drift outside. I felt like the blocking was good here by the wide receiver. He might have been able to get the edge and get to the pylon and get in the end zone. No problem, Andrew. Good luck with that. TJ Yeldon, hand off to the right side. Oh, he gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward for a yard. 9 carries, 30 yards, and a touchdown for TJ Yeldon. He's going to be kind of the scat back for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's going to be receiving the ball out the backfield. He's going to be on the receiving downs. But you're going to see a lot of Alex Collins and sprinkled in with TJ Yeldon in the passing game, and maybe he's going to be in there running a little bit of inside zone. He's a great zone running back, actually. You can't just bring him in there for passes. It gets too predictable. So I expect him to get some of the zone run carries as well out of shotgun and pistol formation. Strong formation. This might be a little off-tackle action here. Might need to flip the play. Nope, they keep it on that side. Oh, he just should have bounced it outside right there. TJ Yeldon just stays on pace with the play. But really, once he got to about this point, I'd like to see him just kind of just take it outside. Try to extend that run. Nothing was there in the middle. You had an opportunity to get outside and try to get into the end zone. 34 viewers right now watching Building the Franchise, Cincinnati Bengals. We got a new overlay courtesy of Jamie. I really appreciate it. We're going to continue to grow this and make it better and better. And I hope you guys are enjoying the new look for Building the Franchise. This is season number 4 for us this cycle. And this is our 4th team that we've covered. We covered the Cowboys, the Colts, and the Redskins. And now we're following these Cincinnati Bengals. As they're down 4 right now, they need a touchdown, 4th and goal, and here's the game. They're going to run it here? No, this can't be true, right? This can't be true. This is true. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And they're trying to start this Building the Franchise Season 36 off with a dub as Perrine, former Washington Redskin, gets into the end zone. Gibbs in the chat saying overlay is excellent. Appreciate it, Gibbs. And Gibbs, I watched that Bird Box movie, and I completely agree. Yeah, I just, at the end, I was like, what's the point? What was the point of this? I didn't even get to see these creatures. There was no resolution to the problem. It didn't seem like a movie. It seemed like the end of a Season 1 TV series that still left me with nothing for some reason. But I probably would watch Season 2 because I just there's certain things I just want to see happen. But yeah, kind of confused. I felt like it was kind of a empty thought. But everybody, to each his own. Everybody go see it. Go watch it. I mean, I wasted my time, I feel like, so I don't have a problem with you wasting yours. Isn't that how it works out? Here we go. Clean pocket here. RG3 trying to make it happen. Oh, another great pass. And it looks like the Minnesota... Please, we don't want to see overtime in preseason. Whatever we do not want to see that. A Packers cross. I kind of like that play. You got 2 options there, so you got a little... You got a shallow cross here with the deeper cross coming with it. A streak on this side, a streak on this side. I mean, there's a lot of action on that Packers cross play to get down the field. Empty backfield. No, it wasn't. He had a halfback in the backfield. He drops back, extends the throw. Dangerous pass. Now, just waiting a little too long. Didn't really even check down the field. You had 4-on-3 coverage down the field. You had a cover 3 holding against 4 verticals. It's an opportunity to just drive the ball down the field if you were RG3, but instead he tries to look underneath. Double A in the chat saying, I need to watch it still. But Double A, you're watching the 100, right? So, you're still on that, right? I think you're still on that series. Which is phenomenal series. It was one of my favorite binge watches of all time. Over the middle, the user's got to do a better job than that. So you see this guy crossing the field right here. So the user kind of just plays with him. But he should have set back right here because there was a post coming right over the top. If he could have stayed himself on line with the ball, he could have made one of those jump picks right over the middle of the field. But instead, he's just not over top of it. And Tout is slicing and dicing up Eric G right now. This might be a little bit of a preseason upset as we head into MBL season 36. Here we go. Clean pocket. Oh, there's the jump pick. That's what I was talking about. User lurk. One timeout left in our Cincinnati Bengals. Our Cincinnati Bengals are going to finish, well, at least debut. MBL season 36 starts in about precisely 12 minutes. And we're about to debut this Building the Franchise episode 1 Cincinnati Bengals with a dub. Man, I'm excited, guys. They're going to need this game out. Knees and GGs. And this is what it's all about. We're about to get the season rocking and rolling. We're about to have a phone call with Eric G, the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to ask him a couple questions, maybe some trades. Let's take a look at their schedule coming up here on the MBL Network. So they got the Packers, Titans, Chiefs, Raiders, then a bye week, week 5. Week 6, they come back with the Broncos, Browns, Bears, Browns, Lions. And that stretch, I mean, you could circle it right now. I mean, this is going to be a tough stretch for this team. I think this is a tough game too. But, I mean, really, that's why I'm at 11-5, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the rest of it is winnable. I'm not saying they're going to win every other game. So if you're one of those teams out there and you're going, wait, hey, I'm on there, Bomber. Why are you just writing me off? No, I'm saying from an optimistic point, if I'm a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals, I want, out of these 5 games, I want to go 1-4 and I'll be happy. If I can win one of these games, just one of those, I'm happy. And I think if we're really the team that we believe we are, we can win those other games. And things happen. We got a phone call coming in. It's going to be Eric G, the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals. What's going on, man?
Sir. What's going on?
That was a tough game against Tout. You're kind of not allowing me to prove my point about this 11-5 thing.
Not allowing you to prove your point.
Yeah, it's just I wanted to see a dominating performance, you know?
Man, you know the way these Bengals are built. It's tough once the second string comes in. It gets kind of tough, especially on defense.
Well, okay, thoughts on Kyle Laletta so far? You gave a second-round pick for him. You shopped him around a little bit this offseason. I'm not trying to throw any spoilers out there. You were looking for a 3 really back, something back. He didn't get any bites on that. He comes in today. He has 3 turnovers. He played okay, 75% completion, 300 yards and a touchdown. That's not bad, but he has some real turnover issues, especially with fumbling the ball after a sack.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, the first half, second quarter, it was kind of, when he came in, it was kind of, got off to a rough start. But we really liked how he was able to bounce back and really forget those turnovers, leave them in the first half, and really show up in the second half, along with some big plays by some receivers and tight ends.
Gotcha. So, Eric, moving forward, we want to talk about the big trade that potentially could happen, right? Where you could make a move. And I was just evaluating your roster on the fly right now. This is episode 1, Building the Franchise, season 36, Cincinnati Bengals. And I think we could make a move at the tight end position or the halfback position. I think there's some good players that we could trade for. What are your thoughts on that? Is there any moves out there that you're thinking in that position group, or maybe you're thinking the same way? Tight end, halfback. I think we could drastically improve that position. Right now at halfback, we got, what, Alex Collins and TJ Yeldon. I think we could get a little bit more juice out there. And at the tight end position, the same thing. What are your thoughts?
So with that, like, the halfback position is something that we're kind of makeshift at the way it is now. Of course, we're always open to listening to people, listening to what's available, looking at what's available. I know the halfback position is something that we're really looking to build a lot now with the leaving of Joe Mixon. It's something that's very open. We're not really key in on one guy. Alex Collins is the starter going into the regular season, but we're always open to trades. And with the tight end position, we see a lot of, we know CJ Uzama is getting on the older side. We saw a lot of Jacob Hollister tonight. I believe he had 8 receptions.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good, actually. Kyle Laletta really looked comfortable.
Really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played really well today. So that's very comforting to know that we can have that guy come in and really make a performance. But the tight end position is definitely something that we can look at and really improve, or the halfback position. Both of those, like you said, are positions that if we upgrade now, it could take us to potentially in the next level.
Yeah, our next show is going to be January 13th. We're going to have some MBL regular season action. We'll probably get through 2 to 3 weeks between now and then in the MBL. I also, before I let you go, I want you to just kind of elaborate on how great this offensive line could be. I mean, we got Moort, Billy Price, Ron Leary, Marquise Pouncey, and then you got the rookie at left tackle. That's the one that we're really, looking at right now. We're going Anthony Daniels, first-round pick. This kid could be a real stud. This is probably, maybe, I'm going to say it, I think this is the best offensive line you've had this entire Madden cycle.
And I was actually about to say the exact same thing. I honestly do think it's the best line that I've had the entire cycle. The addition of Anthony Daniels, spending the 9th overall pick on him was huge for us. We needed to bring in someone to really bring some, not just depth, but bring some energy to the offensive line that we feel like we've been lacking, get some new juice, some new minds in there.
Yeah.
Which, with the addition of Marquise Pouncey and Ron Leary in the offseason, we really think that this offensive line could hold well, and we need them to hold well, especially for having a rookie quarterback as our starter.
All right, I predicted you to go 11-5 this season. We'll go ahead and put the schedule on the board right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule. Upcoming, we have the first 4 games: Packers, Titans, Chiefs, Raiders. I gotta see 3-1. Here's my season goals for you there. I got them on the left side for those following along right now. Win 10 games, QBR over 100, a top 15 run offense. We got to make a trade for a halfback, man. I don't know if we're getting a top 15 run offense from Alex Collins and TJ Yeldon. I will say this, Eric, I like TJ Yeldon, though. I think he's a nice change of pace, and he's good in the passing game. But we need a downhill runner that can grind us out some yards. We got to be top 15, and then we need a top 15 defense as well, which I think we have the pieces in place to make that happen. I need a big year from Geno Atkins. Another thing I didn't have on the season goals, I didn't have enough room, but I need to see John Ross and A.J. Green each go for 1,000. So that means they got to stay healthy, and we got to get them going, driving the ball down the field. And the only way I see them going for 1,000 is if we make a play for the tight end position and we bring in somebody, Eric, somebody that can kind of alleviate the pressure that the defenses are putting on our wide receivers. You agree to that? Absolutely. Is there anything in there that you think I'm wrong about?
No, I think it's pretty spot on, because for us to be successful and for us to hit that 11-5 mark that you have us at, we need to be able to take pressure off our rookie quarterback with a running game, and then also, like you said, take pressure off our wide receivers. But the big thing you said was the injuries. It seems like every year that it's either or. It's John Ross or A.J. Green that ends up going down to an injury. But getting them both, we've had very much success with both of them over the cycle. So I definitely could see them both going over 1,000 if they stay healthy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, with the defense, I believe that this defense is a force to be reckoned with. I think we have a great defensive line with Carl Lawson, Jordan Willis, Geno Atkins, and Julian Sensabaugh. And then our secondary is something that I think is a force to be reckoned with as well, because with Jesse Bates, William Jackson, Gardner, Kegler, and then A.J. Robinson at strong safety, it's just, I feel like I said in the quote, I feel like this is the best team I've had all cycle.
Absolutely. Appreciate you stopping by. Any final words for this episode number 1 in the books? You get a win preseason week 4 against the Minnesota Vikings. It wasn't easy. Your backups came in there, grinded it out. You were ahead 3-0 with the starters going into the second quarter. I liked what I saw from Luke Poe. Any final thoughts? Actually, just give us an idea of where you think Luke Poe would need to be at the end of this season for you to feel confident that he's the one moving forward. What kind of stat line are you looking for, season goals for Luke Poe?
So in our best seasons, I'm thinking at the very least 3,500 passing yards.
Yeah.
With at least 25 touchdowns.
See, I'm at 20 with him. I always give the rookies, that cushion, but 25 touchdowns, okay, 3,500 yards. And what do you want to see his interception rate at?
It's got to be, at most, it's got to be 15. If I'm this is just high expectations for myself, but that 15 mark, is a place where we want to keep. If we're going to lose games, we don't want it to be due to turnover.
Absolutely. Appreciate you stopping by and taking the time to talk with us. That's Eric G., the owner of the Cincinnati Bengals, and that's going to do it for the show. We'll play some music to get out of here. Appreciate all you guys stopping by. We'll see you next weekend. It's going to be, let me actually look. I've already called the date out a couple times. Yeah, it's going to be January 13th, Sunday. We'll be right back on this channel, probably between 7 and 8 p.m. You can find it at Bomber League, at Twitter, at MBL Network. Those are phenomenal places to find upcoming games. But we're out of here. We'll see you next time. Building the franchise, Cincinnati Bengals.
I will never change, even if they start to hate on my name. Stay true to yourself and never ride another wave. They say that I ain't been acting the same. I wasn't happy, won't go back again. Moving to shake until they know the name. Can't handle the boy because they sound the same, yeah. I came to save you from all of the fakers. Wanna know about me, then call all of my haters. They'll tell you that the boy ain't really worth it. In the stew every week with the same purpose. The boy been hot, little lit furnace. I feel like I deserve this. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy.
Believe that can fly, that's Kelly. Grew up on West, ain't nothing you can tell me. Knew they would ride with me once they knew my M.O. Better hold on, whoa Nelly. I must say what I need to say, Mayor. Watch how I built it out, I'm the conveyor. At these shows and I rap and I know they gon' clap. Yeah, they put their hands together, no prayer. I ain't worried about you, I'm just worried about me. What I know is what I'll be. And y'all was heartless, got you out of my system to make good music. No ID. You will never bring me down, never break my stride. I'ma make it out by rapping how I feel inside, yeah.
We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. We will never change, yeah. Always moving major. Saying that I'm not the one, but you've been sounding crazy. You know I always stand tall.